time to review Wicked. It's time to review Wicked. Was it good? Was it worth the hype? Did he use too much CGI? It's time to review Wicked with galinda. Boop. Okay, hashtag well, hashtag now. I just saw Wicked Part 1. Well, both times. Originally I saw it months ago, but it was on Blu-ray because I wanted to see it in theaters with somebody, but it didn't quite work out that way. So what I ended up doing was, I saw a Blu-ray, but I did see it right now when it was in theaters, as you might see from the preview. Though the question is, which one do I do? I did like the first time I saw it with Blu-ray, but I got more into the story. But after a while, when I saw it in theaters, I got to admit I did get a little bit more into the song and dance numbers, based on the idea how clever they were, foreshadowing what the characters were going to become. Glenn, I want you to talk about the movie a little bit more. What's your thoughts on it? Thank you, Spicy. Yes, I know, it is good to see me. Of course, at the time, I was known as Galinda. The idea was that, again, to try to make reasons for everything in the movie. In this case, finding there was a professor that couldn't pronounce my name, but he was being kidnapped because animals were being abused or were used as a scapegoat for all their problems, even though animals were innocent. So again, as protests, I called myself Glinda based on the idea that my professor couldn't pronounce the name Galinda. But at any rate, there's a lot of clever Easter eggs, throwbacks, and even some setups that you're going to see in Wicked Part 2. I'm not going to see what they are because there's spoilers and all that stuff. But I think what really people love about this movie is how well I played off of Alphaba. Again, I feel like that goes into three stages of the story. The first stage, we just put up with each other. We don't like each other. We hate each other. We remember we had the song Loathing. Absolute Loathing. Okay, I can't sing it right now. But at any rate, in the second part, we start to be more friends and really seal our friendship at the end of the story. Really, I have to describe Wicked. I've described it as more of a buddy cop comedy. It does have some jokes in it, but it can get pretty dark pretty quickly, especially on the third act. The movie does portray myself as being shallow, but at the same time also being smart. So it's not really surprised. Okay, maybe once that that I would become a politician. Now, spoiler, we already knew that already. I do like the idea that showing what is a good friend. A good friend is somebody who understands you, but also calls you out. In other words, a friend encourages you to be honest, not with everyone else, but mostly with yourself. And I thought that actually did a pretty good job with that one. There's some stories that do pretty well. Like I said, the first one you get to know the characters. The second part, not the movie, but the acts. The first act you get to know the characters, and the second you get to know them better. So when the third one, when something bad happens, you feel bad for them. At any rate, not a lot to say about the movies like getting into spoiler territory. But like I said, if you watch it at home, it's Spice you here pointed out. Yeah, you can have a lot of distractions, so you won't get too much into the song and dance number versus seeing it in the theaters. But you will get into the stories and the character development. So again, it's kind of a mixed bag. At home, you enjoy the story more. The movies, you enjoy the dance and song numbers. So, to each his own, I guess. At any rate, Spicy, you want to... Anyway, if there's no further questions, I gotta remember the wizard's not there anymore, and I got a lot of politics to do. Woo. All right, thank you, Glinda. At any rate, yes, I did enjoy this movie. Now, it's kind of interesting, though, that not a lot of people like this movie. Surprisingly enough, it was the female crowd. I was going to see the movie, but unfortunately, yeah, there was no room for me there. So, but I did people, which they probably wish. Now, at least two of them probably wish they actually did make room for me, saying, yeah, they had to walk out on it. But again, I kind of want to know what exactly is the male-female ratio of loving this movie. I like to know if you watched the. I didn't see the play or read the book, but I want to know the people who watched the. It's not called a play. Watched the live action musical or read the book. What are your thoughts on this? Which one did you prefer more? Because I want to get your thoughts in a survey on stuff like this. Like, do men like it more, or do women like it more? But and again, other things like how is the movie more accurate to the book, or is it more accurate to the live theater? Again, put your comments below, and I want to know your experience about this. Is this you like you're like me, and this is the first time you've seen Wicked was actually in the theaters? I want to thank the 62 subscribers for hanging in. Thank you very much. Let's get me to 1,000 subscribers so I can do more creative stuff like this. And as always, hope your day sucks a little less. Woo!